Californian Zinfandel. So it's a red wine. It's a red wine grape, actually black skin red wine grape that produces a very fruit-forward red wine. But what you have is a blush variety, aka rosé. So Zinfandel is they call it the OG of American wine. Occupies 10% of all the vineyards in California. Out of 70,000 acres of the Zinfandel planted in the world, 50,000 acres are in California. And originally it's from Croatia, but also does well in Italy. So in Italy it's called a primitivo. Zinfandel mostly is used as a blend with other grapes to add the fruitiness to mostly, because some grapes are not as fruity as it is. So it's used as a blend, basically. So the story of how the Zinfandel rosé came to be. So apparently it was an accident, according to a famous winemaker called Satterholm. Back in the 1970s, one of their wine tanks, the tanks or the barrels, got stuck mid-fermentation, and the yeast died before killing all the sugars. So basically, during fermentation of wine, they introduce yeast to kill the sugars. That's why you find most of the wine is dry and some people refer to it as bitter. So the bitterness comes from the killing of the sugars in layman's language. So Satterholm and the other winemakers, they thought the wine was ruined, but when he tasted it, he figured it actually tasted better without the bitterness. And they tried selling it, and it became so popular that 80% of all the Zinfandel grape grown in California is sold as a blush variety. Some people will be asking, it is made from a red wine grape, why is it pink? So during the making of a rosé, they use red wine grapes, but during the process of extracting the juice, they make sure that the juice and the skins have very limited contact, so that it doesn't get the fruit red color. It gets a bit of the color, so it turns to be pink. Some people call it salmon pink. And during the vinification process, which is basically fermentation, they do it like they do in white wine. So they don't put it in oak barrels, they put it in stainless steel tanks. That's why most of the rosés are very fruity and very floral. What other thing? Zinfandel rosé is the most popular rosé in the world. Actually, it's rated among the top 1% of all the wines in the world. It's that good. So we're gonna go to the tasting. So we're gonna do the usual, check the color. So what color are you using?
Salmon.
Yeah?
Salmon.
Salmon, yeah? It's like a salmon fish. Yeah?
Interesting. It's an interesting thing.
I'm gonna do the swirling. Try and open up the aroma profile. French Sauvignon Blanc are the best rated in the world. Like this particular one you take is rated among 7% of all the wines. So with alcohol content, what you're going to realize is the sweeter the wine, the higher the alcohol content because of the sugar levels. After swallowing your wine, you can see some droplets that form on the side of the glass. So those are referred to as tears or legs. So if you want to try,
I have a question. I'm new to this, so you say that this is pink, yeah?
yeah.
But I've only heard of white and red wine. How does the color influence?
Okay, so I answered that question. I say some people might be wondering why are we making a rosé with a red wine grape. So what happens is during the fermentation process, they make sure that the juice. So when you're making wine, there's a grape. So there's the grape, there's the skin, there's the juice inside, there's that flesh, and then there's the stem. So sometimes they age together even the stem. So especially for red wines, that's why you find them having like some woody earthy flavor. So with the rosé, they make sure the juice gets very little contact with the skin. So it only picks a bit of color, but not the whole red color. So they separate them from the skins, then they age them in stainless steel tanks, like they do with white wine. So that way it retains all the floral and the fruity aromas and flavors. So there is no oxygen ingression, so there is no, so you're not gonna get the smoky flavors. And also there is no tannic extraction. So without the tannic extraction, it becomes very easy on the palate. So when you're taking it, it's very, you find that it's very easy on the palate, right? So yeah, that's why. But it's basically, rosé, all rosés are made from red wine grapes. And there are there are many types of rosés. So there's like what you're taking now, the Zinfandel rosé is the most popular. Then you have there's a grape called Pinot Noir that we're gonna be doing next. It's a red wine grape, but also makes very good rosés. There's a Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon rosé. There's a forget it. Yeah. There's a Moscato rosé. Yes. There's a wine person tell us. They're about 9. Yeah, there's a Syrah rosé. A Syrah or a Shiraz. Moscato is also quite sweet, but popular in I think the USA and in Australia. And rosé can also be made in different styles. You can have a sparkling rosé like what we had at the beginning as a welcome drink. You can have the light-bodied one, and you can have the sweet one, the one she said, the Moscato, which is also like a dessert rosé.
People used to say that we had a lot of pieces, but we really don't. And he still stays in his father's house up to now, so. So yeah, and what do you do when you like someone? What's the first thing you do when you like someone? Girls would never. What do you do? Like, what's the first step? Start liking someone, then
Initiate conversation.
So for me, when I liked Jesus, I decided to do a little bit of digging, you know. So yeah, you call it stalking nowadays. So I read his book, you know, the Bible, and everything was going on well until I was met with a bit of a red flag, because there's somewhere there that he says he's a jealous God. It was not gonna work because I still had to go to the mosque on Fridays. So I still had to keep up appearances. I didn't want him to know about Jesus and I. Yeah. So those of you who are wondering why I'm double dealing religions, well, it's because as a Kenyan man, I'm a dating man, and I just want to make sure that when the world comes to an end, like the person who's coming down from the sky, you know, I'm cool with him. It's Jesus, you know. The other guy, you know, also. Yeah. And something like what she's doing and comedy, you know, it's something that you can't practice comedy at home and then, you know, say that like you need to engage with people, and I think wine tasting is the same. So it's really tough, and I understand that. And you guys have been very supportive. You've been attentive. At least I was. I mean, I want to watch it. Yeah, she's very passionate about wine, and I guess you guys could tell, you know. Yeah, so I actually don't have a joke. I'm suffering from success. It's hard to be funny when you're doing well, you know. So yeah, I just want to thank you guys. You can support us. I'm just one among many in terms of this new stand-up comedy scene, especially in Nairobi, that we're trying to build an audience. And I feel like you guys, you'll be good candidates to this new revolution that we're bringing about. We are tired from hearing all these stereotype jokes, tribal jokes. I feel like people of class like you deserve a bit more, you know, intelligent jokes like the one I'm doing. Yeah, so to support I feel like Yeah, you see the way wine and comedy and all these things, like they come together very well. So you can follow me on Instagram at Halaiki.